United Slaves of America! It's that worthless piece of N-worder shit again here to bitch and complain, call me Pam, piss and moan like a fucking little whore that I am. We are all little whores. It's just some of us are fucking smart enough to recognize it. So we got some serious issues. This is not for Americans or Americans. And if you don't know the difference, then whatever. This is for anybody who's outside of the United States, aka America, which America doesn't even exist. Americans don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. This here, what you're looking at, is just something that I'm putting in the background. I just pulled up United Slaves of America, just typed it in, and this showed up, and I was like, wait a minute. And then this happened, right? So this public notice, and I'm like, wait a minute, did I create this back a while back and not remember? Because I've done so many of these things, which leads me to my point. If you don't know, like if you watch television or if you watch movies and you're taking your ideas from what you're watching, then and you're thinking about moving or you would like to move, I don't know how bad it is in your country, right? So I can't talk about anybody else's existence or anybody else's country, and I would love to get it some sort of organization in which we all the people of the world come together and literally communicate. However, everywhere that we go, everything that we try, we are being fucking squashed, like fucking, like snap of the fucking fingers. So we put in time and energy all fucking day. We're working fucking non-stop, right? Trying fucking different avenues, all fucking, and and we're just getting fucking hammered like fucking dog shit, right? That's why literally, it's after a while you're going to realize you're fucking nothing in this fucking cunt tree. Alright? You're fucking nothing but fucking cannon fodder. You're fucking nothing but a piece of shit to be fucking used and abused. And here's a fact. Oh, there's some people out there that are, they're getting somewhere. However, they're only being used themselves, right? So in other words, if you have any real, let's quote unquote, agenda, let's say, if you have any like ideas or concepts that you would actually like to implement, if they are in any opposition of the actual power structure, right? And there is a complete power structure, right? And the best part about the United States and all the sovereign citizens that work within this power structure is that they are nothing. It's all a deception, right? So it's all backstabbing, lying, two-face fucking bullshit. And they don't even have the goddamn fucking courtesy, right? Right? To tell you that they're going to bend you over and fuck you straight up the ass, right? They don't even have the courtesy to do that, right? They'll tinker around and they'll fucking play all kinds of games and shit. Eventually, they will fuck you in your ass, right? However, right, they'll fucking do the big song and dance, a fucking dog and pony show, right? Some smoke and mirrors, right? Because they're a bunch of fucking cowards, literally, right? So, If you're in some country in which when they fucking drop the hammer down, they say, you know, we're coming after your fucking ass, and there's nothing you're going to do about it, at least you're getting a heads up, right? At least you are getting a heads up, and what they're not doing is fucking whacking you in the fucking, right? As soon as you turn your back, they're fucking smashing your fucking face in like fucking cowards, man. And so, here's what set me off with this shit. So Facebook, for an example, right? We don't even go, fuck Facebook, fuck Twitter, fuck every one of these so-called outlets of in which you're supposed to be able to get on and socialize. There was a time when they were fucking of some sort of value, right? And maybe 10 years ago, right? So this is all new, and this is all because every 10 years or so, there's a whole new generation of fucking, right? Quote unquote, a generation of fucktards that are showing up, right? So if you're 10 years old, 10 years from now, you'll be 20 years old, and now you're in the fucking, you're in the soup, right? You're in the pot of fucking black magic fucking pot of shit, right? So now they're fucking, they just flipped the script a little bit. They changed up the story a little bit, and now they got the next fucking 10-year-old, right? So every decade, which we call, you know, I would call a generation. So in other words, Generation X, Generation Y, Generation, right, and the millennials and all that shit, they have it all staked out, right? So we are from Generation X, and the reason we personally are from Generation X, and the reason they called it Generation X is because we are the fucked, literally, like was in a transitional period, right? That we kind of slipped through the cracks, right? And I'm seeing it massive. Like, instead of me being part of of society, where I'm on the outskirts. I guess the only way that I could have been is if we would have if you have a child, right? You could be inside there because they would be holding your fucking child as quote unquote as hostage, right? Because that's the name of the game, right? If you have something that you actually love, they want a fucking stake in that. They want fucking control of that. And you know, thank God, because the sheep are so fucking bad that if you actually really love your child, and you are one of these United Slaves of America, and you actually really love your child, you care about your child, you are fucked, right? Because, like, for an example, if I had one, I would be going fucking, I would be blistered, right? I would be fucking telling these motherfuckers where to fucking go all fucking day, and yeah, I would have already died of a heart attack by now, okay? Most likely. And so here's my fucking point. Like Facebook, they you go on there and you fucking create content for these people, and you're out there just trying, and they shut me off. Probably I've been 120 days, 1/3 of a year I've spent in Facebook timeout, right? However, then they'll send you shit and be like, oh, come. They're fucking out of their goddamn mind. I fucking hate Facebook. And here's another caveat to this whole thing. I don't know any of the people on a personal level. So this is nothing personal, right? Because I don't know the circumstances. Like, what's that fucking guy? Fucking punk's name. You know, and I call him a punk, but he might not be. He may be, Zuckerberg or Zuckerberg or some shit like that. Mark Zuckerberg. I don't even know how to really properly pronounce it because I really don't give a fuck what his name is, because I'll never give a fuck and I'm never going to pronounce it correctly. Because why? Because he fucking means absolutely nothing to me. I know there's a bunch of people that pray to him, right? And that's cool. But my point is is that he, for all I know, he's fucking held hostage, right? Like he could be the guy. You could be like me, right? And so you come up with an idea and you put it out there, and next thing you know, you're being held hostage, and you better fucking sell, but you better stay as the face of Facebook, because all the people behind, it's like a mafia basically, right? And so he may be just a puppet at this point. He started something, right? It was pretty good. It had great potential, and then the fucking powers that be swooped in and fucking stole it from him, right? Because he may not have wanted to sell. So basically, what I'm saying is, you don't get any choices. The only fucking freedom, the only true freedom you will have, if you get into the United Slaves, become one of the United Slaves of America, is you will have a freedom to fucking, you will have the freedom to to buy shit, consume. You're free to obey, and you're free to consume. Those are ultimate freedoms, right? But even the consume is not even a freedom, right? So, for an example, if you live in Colorado, you have more freedoms than the poor sons of bitches that live in Kansas, right next door, right? So, if you're in Kansas, they will fucking you. Let's say you're in Kansas, and you're only 3 miles away from the fucking border. You can wake up every single day, cross over that border, that imaginary border, and get into Colorado, and you can smoke pot, right? You can walk in, hang out in Colorado all fucking day, right? And do all your fucking buy pot, buy cannabis, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? And then at the end of the night, right, just cross back over into your fucking shithole state of Kansas. And right, however, you can't do that if you're on the other fucking side, and it's going to be 250 miles to cross over. You can't take that luxury of actually, right? And so all of these different entities, they're all people, right? They're all consider themselves to be United Slaves of America. However, nobody has the same rights. So in other words, if you're black, or if you're within the protected groups, all of the protected groups that fucking cry all goddamn day, right? About rights and about all this bullshit and how they don't. If you're any one of them in Colorado, you have more fucking rights, right? Or let's not call them rights. They're privileges. You have more privileges from the owners, from your owners, as the state of Colorado, than you do all of the poor fucking worthless, stupid fucking monkeys that live in Kansas. And why people are not fucking leaving these places, mass exodus, right? And then, and from what I hear is, hey, there's so much on my mind, so yeah, I'm just going to fucking, this is a rant session. This is my therapy. Instead of actually going out and wasting my motherfucking time trying to find some fucking piece of shit monkey that has a little fucking degree, and I will fucking, here's a fact. I've actually tried, and I've started talking to some therapists via over the phone real quick to see if they can help, and they fucking hang up on me, okay? And whenever I actually have gone to see one, and I kept cool, I didn't mention shit over the phone, and then I just go to see one, they refuse to see me anymore. How's that for some shit, right? Yeah, these fucking people will not fuck with. I am like a fucking, I'm avoided like the fucking plague. Okay? Yeah? And the only reason is because I ask real questions. Real questions, right? And questions that all of these other fucking sheeple are like, they're afraid to fucking, literally afraid to ask, right? And I'm too stupid to be afraid, right? I have more balls than brains, right? So I'm like, yeah, I know how this is gonna operate. I know where this is gonna go, and yeah, I'm still going to do it. And why? Because I feel obligated to myself, right? And so yeah, I am a worthless piece of fucking nobody, N-word or shit, right? And people are like, oh my god, look, no. You don't know my perspective, you fucking moron. So all you fucking idiots, stop with your judgmental bullshit. When I'm talking about the facts of life and how I am perceived, what I am stuck in. I am a worthless. Do I literally think this about myself? No, actually, I think that everybody else is, right? But it doesn't matter what I think. You get it? What I think has zero, because I have no authority, right? Because that's why you would be a slave, right? I am responsible for every aspect of my life. Every aspect of my life. I can go and fucking try to get help, and everybody's like, yeah, we're not interested. No thanks. Yeah, take care, and literally hang up. And we're talking even police and all that kind of shit. They won't even allow me to press charges on somebody that smashed my fucking face in. Right? However, and so that makes me a sovereign, right? Meaning, you got to solve your own problems, and you have the reins, right? So sovereign. The reins to solve, and you better solve your own problem, but you're not allowed to. So you're a sovereign slave, right? Is what the fuck you are, a sovereign slave. Oh, that's impossible. No, that is actually completely possible. That's exactly what the fuck United Slaves of America all are. Okay? They have to take you. See, if we were real slaves back in the day, right? It's the perfect fucking form of slavery. Okay? If you're a real slave back in the day, then your master would be have to be obligated to take care of you, right? They would feed you, clothe you, give you shelter, blah blah blah. Right? However, the perfect form of slavery is to go and be like, no, you're free to do whatever you want, right? Until you do something we don't like. Huh? No, go out and you're responsible for yourself, 100%. Go out and fucking and do something with yourself. Make something of yourself. However, you're not allowed to do this and this and this and this and all these other, and you're not allowed to walk across the street when the sign says don't walk, right? We'll fuck you on that. You're not allowed to swear in a bar. We'll fuck you on that, right? And there's a million things you're not allowed to do. And so then here's how I perceive it. We perceive it like this. Okay, so then here's what you do. As a sovereign, right? As a sovereign slave, I say, hey, where's my master? And everybody's like, what? What do you mean? You're not, we don't, yeah, no, where's can I find my master, please? Who owns me, please? Well, you're not being, fucking shut your fucking face, you fucking idiots. Who is responsible for fucking making sure that when I walk across the street, right, I get thrown in fucking jail? Who's responsible for that? Well, that's the law. Yeah, but who wrote that law? Who's responsible for putting that law into place and then making sure that all you fucking idiots follow that law and make sure that you shit on people? Because I'm not. Did I sign? I didn't contract with that shit. Well, that's your fucking corporate policy, you fucking ignorant, stupid fucking monkey. Yeah, click. Oh, there's not a sovereign citizen that will fucking sit down for fucking a minute and fucking have a conversation with me. Here's a fucking fact. They don't talk with you, they talk at you. This is military orders. You're given orders. You better fucking comply, which means you better consent or we will fuck you. That's what a slave is. That's nothing more than a slave. Right? Well, we have the authority to fuck you. And you don't, you fucking little N-worder, you don't have any authority to do a fucking thing. Right? What are you going to do? You can't do shit. You're going to sit there and fucking suck on this fucking dick is what you're going to do, you fucking little worthless piece of shit. This is how United States of America actually operates, okay? And what had led me to this, right? So there was a reason for all of this, and here's one thing that they do over and over again, and I'm fucking so sick of it. We do not have a cell phone. Okay? And so then, therefore, you cannot partake in your Facebooks, your YouTubes, right? Your Twitters, just about everything now. And the reason everything is like that is because they own every fucking thing, right? So, for an example, we were looking to see, we did a quick little review on who owns YouTube. Right? And Google, right, owns it. And Google owns every fucking thing. And this would be $1.6 billion. And here's another thing. YouTube, there's no way that YouTube has as many fucking followers as they do. YouTube is creating their own fucking bullshit. And the reason I know this is only because I got involved with these fucking. Oh, it won't load for me. Did I do something again? I get this shit all the fucking time. It's either that or somebody's tapping in. You see how this is all the fucking time. Yeah. Oh, here we go. So here's this. These accounts is all that we ever get. All of these accounts, these are fake. These are fucking fake accounts. Here, this one's 2020, joined in 2020. They don't have any. And we get these fucking things all the fucking time. Right? So, for an example, all the time, we fucking, if we make a comment, we're looking to partake and have communication with real living entities, right? And but no, we're not allowed to. So there's 15 Northeast Florida church officials on Southern Baptist list of accused sexual abusers, and here's a fact: in the past, when we got our fucking our shit hammered in, right? And we started reaching out to the local news, and saying, hey, are you interested in a story? And nope. They're interested in taking as much information as they can, right? And we didn't give any because we just trying to get an idea for it. So then we actually went outside of the area, right? And there was we literally called out to Florida. We called out to fucking all kinds of places, all over just random places. But we know that we did call out to Florida. And we called to the news, and we this a while back. And we called out and we said, "Hey, are you interested in a story?" And every one of these people were like, "No, we only do local news. We only have no local news coverage." And I'm like, "Huh, that's really fucking odd because United States, United Slaves of America, right? Why does this matter only on a local level, right?" And when I'm watching news, I see all kinds of shit that isn't local. Like I understand local, but also this is something that no blah blah blah. It just fucking so then I said, "Oh, so in other words, I don't give a fuck what happens over in your fucking shithole." Eh? I don't give a fuck. So if this is how you people are going to operate, well then I'm going to operate the same way, right? So, oh, in Florida, go fuck yourself, Florida, right? Oh, this happened in Arizona. Go fuck yourself, Arizona. I don't give a fuck. Why are you wasting my time with your fucking shit? This is what I'm talking about. That's how they fucking operate. So why is it that all you fucking monkeys operate? All you sheep. Oh my God, did you hear out in Florida? Hey, and then you'll hear from me. I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care. Just like they don't care. Get it? It's real simple. Anyways, so yeah, Frankenstein, right? The only fucking one that oh look, right? And just fucking weirdos joined on December. This isn't a real handle. Right? All the fucking time. Everybody that fucking replies, Jim R. Right? Oh yeah, this isn't a real handle. So I'm starting to realize because I got my boots on. This fucking nobody. This is a fucking description. LOL. Laugh out loud. Yeah. These are all fucking strawman accounts. So if they say YouTube has 300 million subscribers or users, yeah. Well, how many are actual real people? That's the fucking because, and then I think why they do this. So this is what you have to have a cell phone. We don't have a cell phone. Why the fuck would we have a cell phone? The only thing a cell phone would do for us is get us in trouble. That's a fact. We did have a cell phone, right? About 4 or 5 years ago, we had a cell phone all the time. We had a cell phone. And then what happened was we got fucked over by the fucking people in the state, by the sovereign citizens, right? And we started to use that cell phone. And then we're like, hey, this fucking shit is getting way too weird. And this is like creepy fucking shit, right? So, yeah, and here's another thing, is we don't have any friends, so we don't use, right? Nobody will ever call us. We can't even get fucking faxes, right? We can't even get emails answered. So why the fuck would we have a cell phone? Right? But you have to have a cell phone if you want to do anything. And so, how did you get your account? Well, I had to fucking use somebody else's cell phone number, right? And in all reality, I had a Facebook account for a short period until they fucking kept kicking me off for stupidity, right? For fucking calling a spade a spade. Yeah, I just call a fucking spade a spade, and they banned me for that shit. Like, for an example, one time they banned me when I watched some fucking piece of shit Nazi fucking cops, fucking start beating this motherfucker down for no reason. Oh, well, we have... No. Hey, here's a fucking fact. The world doesn't revolve around you, you fucking cunt. And I fucking say you don't have a goddamn reason to do that, what you fucking did. That fucking person didn't do shit, but was not complying, meaning was not consenting to you, just like I don't consent to you fucking filthy pigs fucking treating people like they're your fucking N-word or fucking slaves, okay? And so I watched it, and then I was like, Hail Hitler. Ding! Now I'm fucking banned, right? Banned for 30 days. OM Jesus. What a fucking... Yeah, so we need to find a third world country, right? Right, because this is a fucking... These fucking scumbags have turned this fucking place into a fucking merry-go-round on fucking nightmare fucking zone. I'm going around and around and around in circles, and I'm spinning. I'm fucking running my ass off on that fucking hamster, that gerbil wheel, stuck in that fucking compacted colon called United Slaves of America. And I just need to get right off the fucking thing because here's a fact. Nothing. All of my talents, all of my capability, all of my strive, all of my fucking want to desire to succeed will never fucking come to fruition. I will never fucking get to achieve any of this shit. Why? Because the big fucking dick, red, white, and blue dick, will just fucking drop its nuts on me whenever the fuck I want. And there's an aspect where fucking Kid Rock is on, and he's like, yeah, I'm uncancelable, right? And and the reason being, there's a fucking reason for that, okay? Is because he started back before this shit fucking, before this shit turned to what it is. He started 20 years ago, and the shit has been, when he started, you had that potential to be to get into that kind of shit, right? Now, I don't even fucking see. So for an example, so what had popped this off and what started this is what happens all the fucking time. So if I go and I show up, like there's a classified ad fucking place, and I want to start putting up some classified so I can contact people, right? And when I fucking put up that classified, they ask me only for my fucking email. So I give them the email account, and boom, it's open. And I'm like, yeah, that's nice, okay. And then I fucking make 3 postings, and then guess what? They fucking come in and they hammer me down, and they say, we need a cell phone. They do that shit all the fucking time. I went on to some dating sites, right? And I'm not going to name these names because the spiders that fucking, right? The spiders that are all fucking YouTube fucking spiders are all fucking, you know, where the ones who cast all their webs and shit like that. The creepy crawlies that hang out in the fucking little corners, right? And wait till fucking shitheads like us go and fucking tell them too many fucking things. They go and they'll fucking attack me on all fucking sides and shit like that. So I'm not gonna mention any actual names. Let these fucking monkeys fucking let them figure it out. Let them go to fucking work. I'm sick and tired. And that's weird. Right? So if I'm in a quote unquote free country that respects, I'm afraid to fucking say, and afraid is a word that I use lightly, right? I am not operating in any type of fear, okay? However, I am operating in 100% type of caution, right? Right? Like, if you know, right, that when you stick your finger in that fucking pussy, it's gonna fucking bite your fucking fingers off, right? Then what I would do is I would stroke around that fucking pussy, right? You know, I'll caress it, right? And maybe little on the little fucking clitorius, right? Clitorius, and but what I'm not going to do is just like a straight up fool take my 2 fingers and just shove them right up that fucking pussy, right? Right up that cunt and get them fucking snipped off because I'm fucking stupid, right? Right? So I'm not afraid per se, right? I mean, I already know that these people know exactly, and that's another thing. Everything that you do is 100% fucking record, right? Everything is wired. So the minute you fucking log into YouTube, if there's anybody, which there is, right? And the minute you log into your Gmail account, the minute you do any fucking thing, they know exactly where the fuck you are, right? So if I was literally afraid, I wouldn't even partake anymore, right? And I'm going to stop partaking because all it is I'm wasting my fucking time and energy. I'm spinning my wheels. The more that I spin my wheels, the more that I see how fucking bullshit everything is. It's a fucking lie, people. In every fucking respect, everywhere I go is a fucking lie. Here's one. This is good. This is good shit right here. So, this is the FBI files, right? This is and I don't doubt for a fucking second that all these on TV, the FBI files and shit, I wouldn't doubt for a second that they're all fucking lies and shit like that, right? They just making shit up, okay? So anyways, this would come from the best of season 1, triple episode, the FBI files, right? And so Gem R, which I already showed you, isn't a real fucking entity. This isn't a real fucking entity. This is fucking bullshit, right? And he probably works for the FBI or something like that. The CIA, FBI, whatever. And he says, one of my favorite aspects about FBI files is how many hours and hours of value/use I managed to get out of each episode. Oh, really? Oh, really? Give me a fucking break. Really? You get so much value, do you? Okay? And that looks like a dead guy right there. And so here's what I did. I did all of this for a fucking reason. Because I'm in 100% investigation discovery mode to see what the fuck is really going on here for myself. I don't get something straight too, because nobody gives a flying fuck. Don't think that I give a fuck about any of you fucking people. Okay, don't think. This is my little fucking session. I'm laying on a couch right now, right, and I'm visualizing some fucking glorious fucking cunt that I'm paying $250 an hour to, a therapist. Here's a fact: the rapist. If you put a hyphen in between E and R for therapist, you have the rapist. Yeah. And they are rapists. They're raping your fucking mind. They're recording everything, all of your fucking and that's all going into a database. You're out of your fucking mind. So here's another thing. If you're coming in from outside of the country, or even if you're inside the country, do not, and I will never again, do not, okay, fucking go in and fucking sit there and start telling these fucking people who have absolutely no respect for you, right? Applies to lawyers, doctors, fucking attorneys, lawyers, attorneys. I don't think there's any real lawyers anymore. I think they're all attorneys, lawyers. Anyways, do not tell these people anything, because they will turn around and fuck you with it if you give them any reason to, right? So anyways, this fucking moron, Jim R., right, he gets so many hours of value and use I managed to get out of each episode. I put on an episode to fall asleep to. Jesus Christ, yeah. Well, you're either a sick fucking monkey, or you're saying that it's that fucking boring, right? So I get to watch each episode a minimum of 3 to 5 times before I actually end up watching the whole thing. Listen to this fucking weirdo. This show is damn near a panacea, a cure for sleep, boredom, and so much more. I love you forever, FBI files. Give me a fucking break. And then you got, yeah, I put on something of real, that's real, and then you have 56 fucking morons, because these are all in that fucking club, right? This is all a fucking act, right? And then you got fucking 20 replies, and then you got Sammy C. Me too. And bet you any money, yeah, look, all these little fucking nothings. Yeah, Sammy C has been, yeah, no, I don't believe Sammy C, well, obviously, but he's not part of a real fucking group of people like that I'm looking for, right? Like real people, right? So anyways, and I also find this weird that for some reason when I get on this fucking thing, right? Literally cannot scroll down. There is the scroll bar, right? There's the scroll bar. Can scroll up, can't scroll down. That's about the only extent of where we can go with that. Is that fucking not weird? That's fucking weird. Which means that we can't actually see these views if I pop this fucking thing open, right? Look, I get to see two. Anyways, so we're like, if you fucking people are really that interested in, in all this FBI fucking bullshit, look, there's a fraud alert. We got tens of thousands of straw man accounts. I wonder what you fucking monkeys think about that shit. Is there a single reply? That was 3 weeks ago. Nothing. Nobody fucking... And then that dawned on me too. So in other words, what I think is happening is I'm almost positive that none of our fucking comments goes out to real people, right? They could literally, on the back end, they could literally make it so the only group of people are in their little pot, right? In their little clique, they get to see some, and then you got people like Jim R who will show up and fucking make comments to me, right? So like this, you obviously have clicked and commented, so yeah, okay. And then whenever I make a comment back to them, there's no reply, right, to my comment. And like this one, Elijah, the Messiah, Malachi 3:1. I mean, comment. The Bible says God prefers for people to be in LGBT relationships. God created them male and female, determined by gender, located in the brain. I can't even see this fucking thing, right? So I go and I'm like, okay, so wait a minute, hello, Elijah, yeah, where's your bullshit go, Elijah? I can't even see your fucking comments. However, then you got super white privilege, who is actually a fucking somebody who's on this channel, and they say, I am white and over 50 years of training. What kind of training? I'm thinking he's talking military training, because this was a thing about the military. And over 50 years of training has taught me to become racist AF. That's as fuck. Now wait a minute. This guy should be about 70 fucking years old, and he uses this AF? I don't fucking think so. Give me a fucking break. He's almost 70 years old, and he's like, yeah, I'm all fucking badass. And look at me, AF. And anyways, we wrote, we don't believe you for a second. You fucking don't believe any of you weirdos. You're all a bunch of liars, right? But just for shits and giggles, we'll get cute like the rest of yous and say, quote unquote, we are sure you make Hitler and your masters pride. Pride. I said pride. I meant proud. Nice to hear your brainwashing has been so effective. I missed so. So keep up the good work. Never start thinking for yourself and never blame yourself. Always blame everyone else. And then we're like, hey, wait a minute. We added the free bucket of chicken just for our racist fans, just like you. We hope you liked. Racists need love too. That's true. All racists can't be loved. Speaking of love, maybe that be the roots of your internal conflict. I can't go down and maybe you need to catch you some of that jungle fever going around and get you a strong black brother to use his mandingo to plow your field of dreams. OBKB. Okay, Mathatha. Why do we all... and I can't remember. I personally thought that was fucking... I think that's funny, okay? I'm a fucking sick fuck. I think it's funny. And yeah, all day with these fucking people. Here's another one. Just what the fuck? Like, the place is fucking filthy, pathetic, sick. And if you're listening and you're from outside of the country, there is no fun here. There's no happiness. Everybody I know is fucking miserable. They don't really, their smile, it's in their fucking dead eyes, right? Oh, they might even put a smile on their face. Everybody is just going through the motions. And there was a time where America had some game, and it was okay, right? And that shit is fucking gone. And I should have, and I wish I did a long fucking time ago, left when I had an opportunity to get the fuck out, because I did see it coming, and yeah, and I was like, yeah, I think, well, and I'm a fucking idiot, is what the fuck I am. And hindsight's always 20/20. But here's again back to why you cannot, and they're playing games all the fucking time. So for an example, if I show up to start a new account in any of these places, all of the big dog, everyone's a big dog, right? So with a YouTube, a Twitter, what will happen is they'll always do this shit too. And these are what these law creators are supposed to be for, in my opinion. They don't fucking do anything about any of this shit. And the reason is because YouTube has full rights to do whatever the fuck they want. And why? Because it's about contracting. It's YouTube's house. If you don't like it, get the fuck out and stay the fuck out is the thing. Which is, yeah, well, hey, now if they're taking advantage of you. So I can't remember what it was like, but let's just use YouTube for an example. Here's how this operation works. I want to create an account for YouTube. Okay? YouTube first asked me all of these questions and asked me for an email account, and then you give them an email account and you press forward, and then you get to the next page. And then they'll ask you, what's your name? They'll ask you, address and everything. Again, this may not be exactly YouTube. This is the concept that permeates all of these fucking social medias and everything that I fucking do these days, right? And then they'll ask you your name and all this sensitive information, right? And then you'll go on to the next page, and at the very end, they will ask you for a cell phone number. And so, I don't have a cell phone, But let's say I open up a Google Voice, right? And here's a fact. It has to be a cell phone that is a cell phone number that is something you pay for. So I would assume that your Verizon's, your Singular, whoever else is out there, AT&T. I don't even know who. The facts are, I don't even know who's out there anymore. Singular might not even exist anymore. Your top fucking dogs, they're all in cahoots together. They probably own a good portion of like, say, YouTube, right? And this is all fucking just, it's all fascism, right? It's all corporations, big, huge fucking conglomerates. Nobody even knows who's who, what, like, nobody on our team knows who's who and what's doing what, right? So, me, personally, I go out and I say, hey, I'll just get a fucking little app online, right? And so the only time I can use a cell phone is actually whenever I'm online, right? Which actually goes, and if there was a 911 emergency, I'm fucked, right? And quite frankly, I wouldn't even bother wasting my time to fucking call anymore, because they're not going to come to help you. The only reason they would come to help you is so they can so they can try to get some money off your ass. So for an example, if there was a medical emergency, if I was like having a heart attack and shit like that, I wouldn't even fucking bother. No, not even going to fucking bother, because they're coming to go and fuck you hard. If you had one little minor fucking heart attack, you're gonna go and you're gonna fucking, if you spent like 1 or 2 days in a hospital, you might get $80,000 worth of fucking, and these are things that you never even asked for, and you may not even have needed, right? And I got a long story about learning all this shit. I went and fucking learned all this shit. $35,000 to fucking to lay in a fucking bed after they fucking injected me against my will. They injected me with a bunch of fucking sedatives, and they fucking put me out for fucking about 12 hours. And then as soon as I woke up, I was like, get me the fuck out of here, right? And and then all of a sudden I get a $35,000 bill, and then I go and I ask for some, and they send me a little bit. They send me some information about what they did. I said, itemize, what did you guys do? And then they show that they gave me some blood test, like 4 or 5 fucking times, and it's like, why are you testing my blood, you fuck? Right? And the facts are that what had happened was, I was beat up by the cops, right? And they won't even tell me who brought me in, right? Like, how did I get into your hospital? They will not tell me. Everything is complete secret, and I'm not allowed to fucking know anything. However, then they throw a lawyer. They don't even send me a bill. They send a bill straight to the fucking lawyer, who then sends me a fucking presentment stating that I owe them $35,000. And then when I go to try to talk to I call the lawyer and I start talking to them like I know what I'm doing, and I start putting them on the spot, asking questions. They hang up the fucking phone on me, and then I spend fucking weeks trying to fucking figure out what the fuck is going on, and this is years ago in 2017, and I still do not know any fucking thing, and I have fucking tried fucking over and over, and I've put in fucking, the fucking place is sick. Do not, I would, if you're listening to this and you're not inside of this country, mark my, do whatever the fuck you want. However, if you come over here and if you just, yeah, whatever, the guy's full of shit. and you come over here, just keep it all in the back of your fucking head, right? So at least you might have a little bit of a heads up so you can possibly prevent some of this shit from getting too fucking deep into it. However, if you don't want to and shit, just keep it in the back of your head that whenever you fucking, when it happens to you, if it happens to you, and I pray that it happens to all the people, right? I pray it happens to everybody so everybody can fucking witness it, right? And when it happens to you, and then just put it in the back of your mind and be like, holy shit, that guy was fucking right, right? I should have fucking, but yeah, of course you know, everything's hindsight is always 2020. So if I was where you are, I don't know what. There's so many variables. I may be like, yeah, bullshit or whatever, and I'm gonna test my fucking luck. And there's a fact too, is that the people, if you don't have money, then you better have fucking luck. Okay, that's a fact. If you do not have money, and you're coming to United States, we're the United Slaves of America, these fucking idiots, right? If you do not have money, then you better have a shit ton of fucking luck, right? Because we don't have money and we don't have luck. That's a fucking fact, right? And that's why, but what we do have is wisdom, right? And there's a big difference between education and wisdom, okay? So you can fucking read your books all you want to. You can read, you can know every fucking thing and still not know a fucking thing. Yeah. And you know what the difference is? You can get out of college, right? And you could go and I barely made it into geometry, math, right? So when I was going through, I got up to geometry. I didn't do very well, but then again, I really wasn't interested, and this was in a different time. It was like 20 years ago, and if I started doing it now, I think I would do a hell of a lot better, but whatever. That's about as high. So yeah, you could go and fucking do math problems all around me, start do circles. You could do all that shit, and the facts are that absolutely fucking, that has no fucking bearing. It doesn't apply to real world shit. And there's a fucking difference between having street knowledge, right? School knowledge, right? Common sense knowledge, right? You just basic commons. There's many degrees. And there's many different aspects. However, wisdom can only be achieved and obtained through experience. Right? So, no matter how much you know, not until you get your fucking boots on and you jump into the fucking trenches, that's where you will get your real fucking, the real knowledge that will grant you wisdom. And the only wisdom that I have as far as United States, with the United Slaves of America, is how fucking stupid, how blinded I have been, how fucking brainwashed I had been, how naive I have been, how fucking stupid. And I have been, and just about everybody I know is. That's a fucking fact, right? It's a sad fact, right? But I'm not giving anybody credit that doesn't fucking deserve it, right? So these people I know a bunch of good people, nice people, they're kind people, they're good-hearted people, and they're fucking stupid as fuck. And the worst part about your average American or Americant is that they are so fucking arrogant and high on themselves and so indoctrinated and in such a belief of fucking that you'll never, I can never, and I'm not even interested, but you can never convince them anything, and so they have to literally step into the trenches themselves. They need to put on their own fucking boots. And so, but and the worst part is if I have close family, if I'm talking, literally, I can watch their whole fucking eyes glaze over. Okay? And they turn into fucking zombies. Right? And, they're like, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear any of the truth. They don't want to hear any facts. Right? And, in all reality, most time, if you start saying anything of honest facts, and you start to fuck up their fucking fantasy world, yeah, they'll start fucking bitching at you, like, shut the fuck up, leave me alone, I don't even want to hear this, right? That's a fact. So anyways, yeah, this is a whole thing. If you don't have a goddamn cell phone, you're not going to be able to do anything, right? So I went and I tried to go and contact people and put out some ads, right? And they put me through the whole thing. I go and I fucking post 3 ads, and bling, next thing I know, I got to have a cell phone. So I go and I use the cell phone number of the Google Voice, which is a free number, and then ding, it doesn't accept it. You'd have to go out and literally purchase a cell phone. And why? I mean, what is it, like $30 a month, right? $30 a month times 12, $360 a year out of my pocket for doing nothing but just so I can open up a fucking account. Meanwhile, they have all of these other options, right? The CAPTCHAs, right? They could ask me, like, are you a robot? Fucking, how many, pick all the pictures that have a fucking crosswalk in it, right? Pick all the pictures that have a goddamn motorcycle in it. Pick all the pictures that have a fucking mountains in it. Pick all the pictures with a goddamn bus, right? And you could ask me 5 fucking different times and shit like that, right? And how about the email? So you have an email account. You put the email, and so now, in other words, what happens is you're gonna leave all of your sensitive information on their servers, and these fucking cunts are going to take all of your information for themselves and put it on their servers, right? And you're gonna get nothing back in return. So instead of there being a fucking law that says right at the beginning, it should state, and this is how I would operate if I had a business, right? And I wasn't being a fucking cunt. Here's how I would operate. You need a cell phone to open this, right off the top. Do you agree? Yes or no? That's it. And then you say yes, and then you move, and then it goes and says, great. What's your fucking email address? Right? But no, they're doing that on the back end. Give us all of your fucking sensitive information. We're going to log that in with your IP address. And so, who does that shit? These are fucking criminals. These are criminals. The only reason you would want all this shit is for criminal activity. Right? And then this bullshit. We do not sell any of your oh yeah, and I'm supposed to believe you. Right? How can I prove that? Can you prove that? And then they're like, no. Okay, well then I got an idea. How about you don't even ask me any of my sensitive information? Oh, and here's another thing. If you're going to go and do that, we do now, we never give them. Don't ever give them your real name. Make up a fucking name. Have fucking 100 fucking names, right? Have 100 fucking bullshit these fucking scumbags just as much as they fucking bullshit you. And we're out.